Did not do this. Democrats did not create this. Republicans created this. Republicans pursued policies that awoke the Democratic base, that made people start to think of themselves as members of the Democratic base, even if they never had before. Republicans' policies, in many ways, turned their states against them, these governors, right after they were elected. Democrats are reaping the whirlwind from what Republicans did. This is the best thing that has happened to the Democratic Party's electoral chances in a very long time, provided that Democrats stay on the right side of the issues. Which brings us to something that I find amazing.
For Wisconsin-style strife in Massachusetts. That's unions warning as the State House budget chief, a Democrat, unveiled plans to strip local government unions of key bargaining rights over health insurance.
They say that Democrats are really good at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. They say that the only extreme gun laws Democrats always support is the right to shoot themselves in their own foot. They say that Democrats have never seen a political opportunity they either didn't reject or turn inside out so they could figure out a way it could make them lose instead of win. There is a reason that people say all these things about Democrats. This week, Democrats in one branch of the state legislature in Massachusetts passed a bill to restrict union rights. It's not stripping the rights of unions to exist the way that Republicans in the Midwest are doing, but it is taking away the union rights of some public workers, like cops and firefighters and teachers, specific to health care benefits. Democrats did this in Massachusetts. Look at this. This is the breakdown between Democrats and Republicans in the Massachusetts House. And yes, blue means Democrat. They control the House, and they control it by a mile. Only one side of the state legislature has passed this thing. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the Senate. Nobody knows if the Democratic governor, Deval Patrick, will be signing it. He said yesterday, quote, "I'm not going to sign a Wisconsin-type bill." Unions in Massachusetts are not just predictably enraged by this, they're bewildered. Here's the president of the AFL-CIO in the state, quote, "Can you imagine what teachers and firefighters and police officers and public sector workers and nurses and librarians are going to think when they wake up tomorrow morning to find out the Democrats that we elected, that we worked for, that we contributed to their campaigns, just snatched collective bargaining away from them, just took their voice, the Democratic voice, away from working people?" I say good luck to them, and good luck to the future of this House. It is a done deal for our relationship with the people inside that chamber. The biggest story in American politics in 2011 is the Republicans' radicalism in terms of their policy in the House and in the states, everywhere they have governing authority. Republican attacks on the rights of people who have to work for a living have provoked a big and real backlash. This happened without Democrats doing anything to cause it, but Democrats are poised to benefit from this Republican screw-up here, from the Republicans gauging this so wrongly. If Democrats blow this, it's actually worse for them than just a missed opportunity. They will do themselves lasting harm. And here's what I mean. This is Al Gore back in 2000 with a bunch of handsome, burly guys and gals in gold and black T-shirts. This is John Kerry with a bunch of handsome, burly guys and gals in gold and black T-shirts. Here are those same handsome devils in gold and black with Barack Obama in 2008. Gold and black is for the International Association of Firefighters, a union that has been hugely important for Democratic politics, both as a constituency and in terms of raw money and political muscle and work they are willing to do for candidates that they support. This year, firefighters' rights as public employees, of course, are under attack like never before. And now the International Association of Firefighters have looked at the Democratic Party this year when they really need some help, and they have decided that Democrats are not really in their corner. Not elected Democrats, not when they need them to be. Democrats at the federal level, they say, are not fighting hard enough for them in their time of need after all those years of support, and so they are walking away. Quote, "Until we see our friends in Congress be as committed to standing and fighting with us with the same level of intensity and ferocity as our enemies are trying to kill us, I'm turning the spigot off." That was Harold Schaitberger, the Firefighters Union president. Joining us now is Harold Schaitberger, General President of the International Association of Firefighters. Mr. Schaitberger, thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate your time.
Rachel, thank you for having me.
Why suspend federal campaign donations now? That's something that your union has felt was important enough to devote significant resources to in the past.
Well, there's two reasons. First of all, since the last midterm elections last November, The assaults on our members, firefighters, paramedics, public workers, and our unions have simply changed the landscape. These assaults that have gone to the heart of stripping away workers' rights, collective bargaining rights they've enjoyed for decades, trying to gag them and silence their political voice, to take us out of the political arena, to try to literally cripple our ability to operate as a union to represent the rights and the interests of our members. All of these attacks, coordinated, orchestrated by the extreme right-wing conservatives, has not seen our friends willing to stand up with the same kind of commitment, the same kind of focus, and the same kind of effort to say, we're going to fight back on your behalf with you. I need to see the members of Congress that are our friends. I need to see them loud and clear, step up and step out, and be willing to battle those that have shown that they are willing to be so committed and so focused in their attempt to simply destroy us. Second, it's a pattern of disappointments. You know, Rachel, over this last Congress and over time, our friends simply have not found a way to actually deliver on behalf of workers and the middle class, and certainly my members, firefighters and paramedics. And until we see some results, until we see them willing to really stand with us and fight with us, fight on our behalf with us, then we are simply freezing our pack, turning the spigot off, and we are redirecting our resources and our efforts out to the various states where we're fighting these fights.
In terms of the fight in the states, which you started with there, describing how in various states around the country, and it's more than a dozen states where this is happening, collective bargaining rights are under attack. That is a foundational, existential issue for you. How could Democrats at the federal level help with that? How could they help with attacks on your union and others that are happening at the state level?
They have extraordinary influence in their states, in their congressional districts. Every congressional district, and certainly every state, United States senator, has delegate districts from the various state houses and state senate districts. They could at least come together. They could step out. They could try to influence the decision makers at the state level. They could make it clear what's at stake, and they could be willing to fight on our behalf. And if we saw that kind of effort, whether or not they have the literal ability to cast a vote, they certainly have an ability to show that they are with us. And in our business, we say, I've got your back, well, then you should have my back. And we don't feel they have our back.
You described these attacks coming from the right and in some cases the radical right. What is your reaction to Democrats in the House in Massachusetts who just voted to strip some union rights there? Democrats.
It's quite frankly, it's unbelievable. I just attended a legislators' night a few weeks ago for all of my members across Massachusetts, where we had all of the state and House leaders coming to tell them how much they cared for them, how much they supported them, they celebrated them, they honored them, they told them how much they admired their work in their community. And now today we're seeing that the Democratic House of Representatives in Massachusetts is stripping away collective bargaining rights, whether it be for health care or any issue. It's unbelievable, but it's also symptomatic. And it's symptomatic of we're not going to be taken for granted. And we're not going to be made to feel like we have no other place to go. Because the fact of the matter is, we believe in accountability. And whether you're in the State House in Massachusetts or whether you are a member of Congress, we are going to hold you accountable. And accountability comes with consequences.
Harold Schaitberger, General President of the International Association of Firefighters, a man who is not messing around and who has been known to put his money where his mouth is. Appreciate your time.